I'm thankful for second chances.
Well, I'm thankful for I just got a very good meal today.
I'm thankful for my journey and where it might go from here.
Close to 200 men, women, and children will spend their holidays at Water Street Mission. In the midst of homelessness and their most challenging seasons, some are still finding ways to be grateful. With your support, we can give them a few more things to be thankful for. Safety, a warm bed, good meals, and individualized support to help them get back on their feet. Please visit WSM.org to give or learn more about Water Street Mission.
Yeah, right. Here's the thing. If I got impregnated by God, I wouldn't be strategizing anything.
I wouldn't be worried, yeah.
I would I'd be a dick about everything. I'd just be dancing around, walking right up to that guy.
Somersaulting your way
pulling
in.
his nose.
Pointing my belly button at him. Hey, you want a laser blast from this? Because you're going to get a full-on God laser blast if you don't get the fuck out of my way.
Or you won't, but something else will go good for me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I win.
Right.
Eagle.
God-Awful Movies.
Welcome back to the GAMcast, where each week we sample another selection from Christian cinema because we angered a witch. I'm your host, Noah Lugeons, and sitting 700 miles to my immediate left is my good friend Heath Enright. Heath, welcome back.
We've got a musical. I'm so excited.
And sitting 900 miles to my northeast, Heath's 900 miles to my northeast too. Whoops, is my bad friend Eli Bostic. Eli, how are you this fine afternoon, sir?
That's right, Noah Lugeons. Heath and I are in the same room.
Gazing lovingly
into each other's
microphones.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh my God. This is so us.
I did not expect you to say eyes.
All the shenanigans of a live show with no audience to benefit from it this
right,
time.
Yeah. And me unable to say stop doing that. Well, I guess I can still say it. I just don't know.
You can say whatever you want.
Saying it
Can't
about.
stop the motion of the ocean. Yes,
now there's nipples involved.
I'm doing a bunch of bits.
Now
over
there's
here.
more than nipples involved.
I almost did.
Right. Slow it down.
There are other people
in this building.
Yeah.
Family show. So tell us, Heath, what will we be breaking down today?
We watched Journey to Bethlehem. It's the story of Antonio Banderas. I think just stumbling onto a movie set during a drug bender and stealing the show by accident. Mm-hmm. Also, the fucking virgin birth.
There's a virgin birth in there somewhere, but mostly it was just Antonio Banderas chewing fucking scenery. It was
so good. It's the best.
And Eli, how bad was this movie?
Well, if you love the story of the baby Jesus, but you love High School Musical, the musical more, you will love this movie. It's the story of the birth of Christ as heard through the rehearsal room walls at LaGuardia High School.
Yep. Sure the hell was. And of course, this was the theatrical release that brought out only the best people to theaters on a Thursday afternoon. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Also true of the evening in northern New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah, it was Heath, Anna, and I, and a very upset couple who were trying to have a lovely date night.
They were unironically watching this delightful Christian musical
about
film
their good friend Jesus.
And nobody would be laughing during it.
All right, so I got even worse. I had 3 older women that were very clearly offended at the blasphemy of this film.
Oh, nice.
They came and expected something much more respectful of Jesus, and this just wasn't it. So,
to be fair, this was not respectful.
No, it was not. Yeah, right.
Story.
No, it was just this weird spectrum of hating the movie going from my end of the theater to theirs.
A little horseshoe thing happening.
We went for K-Pod afterwards. It was weird.
Yeah. And is there anything you guys want to nominate this one for being the best at being the worst at?
Yeah, I'm going to go with best worst evil. I'm going to call it Bluetooth.
Yep.
Bluetooth earpiece of ancient Israel, ancient Judea.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
The prince has this thing on, and it's clearly one of those, I got this accessory, and he's trying to make you notice it the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And finally, somebody's like, "Oh, what is that? You've been angling it at me this whole time.
Camera the whole time.
Do you have something on your ear?" And he's like, "Oh, no." And then he's dismissive about it, like you're an asshole for noticing. Finally,
this little thing.
Yeah. Oh, that that very large thing on your ear.
It was a gift from my close personal friend.
Conch shell spiraling out of the side of your head.
It's so big. It's beautiful. I want one. To be fair.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, it looked awesome on him. So I'm going to say, because, okay, Antonio Banderas was great in this movie because Antonio Banderas was the only actor in this movie. So I'm going with best worst, trying to pass a bunch of singers off as actors.
Yeah.
Right? I think that the chick that played Mary was a legitimate actor. Antonio Banderas was a legitimate actor. Everybody else was hired because they had a great baritone or whatever. And they're like, you can act too, right? And they're like, how hard can it be?
Can I act?
It's like
I used
singing,
to be,
but you stand there too?
I used to be a toy soldier at FAO Schwartz, if that tells you anything.
And I'm not a toy soldier in real life.
So.
That's acting.
Very, very narrow cast on that joke, but our former coworkers are going to love it who've seen this movie.
It's fine for us.
Also, that guy might be a toy soldier in real life when he's not at FAO.
Yeah.
Not clear.
I'm going to go with best worst. Sure, we can add that to God's origin story.
Right?
This movie is wildly wrong about a lot of God's origin story.
The three of us are offended at the extent to which they changed the God story. I would say. Yeah.
And they added a lot of unnecessary controversy to their God, right?
Yeah.
This would be like if Muslims were like, we made this movie about Muhammad and it's got that time he shat himself real bad after he had that bad kebab.
Sure.
Like that needs to be first and foremost in the hadith before you just go ahead and swing for the fences with it.
And look, this isn't like fucking around with the Batman canon or anything. It's the birth of your God.
Right. Yep. To be clear, we're like two old ladies away from the death penalty being the punishment for this movie.
Yeah, right. Right.
Do you remember how mad Eli was during Batman v Superman about the canon of Batman being messed up? Watching him watch this, he kept getting actually mad about, like, that's not in scripture. He'd look over and be like, kind of mad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the three old ladies in front of me the whole fucking time. All right, well, I'll tell you what. We've got a bounce in our step and a song in our hearts, so we're going to keep the break brief. When we come back, we'll dive into all the creative license that is Journey to Bethlehem. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
And then on Boxing Day, it's important you don't mention aunts or aunts to grandma.
Why?
I don't have time to go into the story.
Hey, guys, what you doing?
Oh, hey, Heath, I'm just prepping Noah to see my family for Christmas. There's a lot of dynamics and drama to keep track of.
Yeah, it's true. This time of year can be a lot. And it's natural to feel some sadness or anxiety about it. But adding something new and positive to your life can counteract some of those feelings. But did you know that therapy can be a bright spot amid all the stress and change? Something to look forward to make you feel grounded, and to give you the tools to manage everything going on.
Wait, therapy is something to look forward to?
That's right. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
If only switching seats at the Thanksgiving table were that easy.
Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/awful today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/awful.
All right, Heath, thanks. Maybe I'll have some new tools to deal with Uncle Frank at New Year's.
Like psychologically and interpersonally?
I mean, I was thinking a hammer, but sure.
I mean, a hammer works too. All right, everyone, welcome to the first ever writers meeting for Journey to Bethlehem, the Birth of Jesus musical.
Woo!
All right, so now I'm sure you guys have all familiarized yourself with the stories in the Bible. Seriously, guys?
I was fighting porn addiction this year.
I had to take a step back from social media after writing a manifesto. So,
well, darn it. Now I have to admit that I don't know the story either.
Seriously, you're the head writer, though.
I was at January 6th and I've dealt with a lot of things in court since then.
Sure.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah,
Got it. Uh-huh.
So
Never forget.
What are we going to do? I mean, what do we know?
I mean, I have seen a manger.
Okay. I've heard like 5 Christmas songs.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, no, that's a lot. I feel like that's a lot. We could probably just fill in the rest. People will understand.
People will understand. Totally.
Great. So let's just start riffing and, do our best.
Do our best. Yeah,
totally.
Absolutely.
It's going to be great.
So January 6th, huh?
Yeah. Took a shit right on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Good for you.
Hey folks, just cutting in with a quick reminder that this is the last week to get your donations in for Vulgarity for Charity 2023. This is our annual joint fundraiser with Tom and Cecil from Cognitive Dissonance to provide funds for families in need through an amazing charity called Modest Needs. Just go to modestneeds.org, donate $50 or more, then send proof of donation to vulgarityforcharity@gmail.com along with a roast request. We're going to be choosing 200 donors, the 100 highest donors, and another 100 at random, and roasting the people, places, and things of their choice on Scathing Atheist and Cognitive Dissonance. The roasts are already underway, but there's still time to get your donation in. But hurry, the fundraiser ends at midnight Eastern on Thanksgiving Day. We had a $100,000 match. We blew right through it, so the incredibly generous donor offering that match upped the match by $50,000. As of this recording, we've already blown through half of that as well, but that leaves us looking for at least $25,000 more in donations in the next few days. So please, if you can, check out modestneeds.org and make a donation today. Thanks. And we're back for the breakdown, and we're going to open up with a title card insisting that this was based on a true story, guys.
Yeah, not super based on a true story.
Not even really all that based on their false story when it comes down to it.
Yeah, they open up with a young woman named Mary, and I wrote, quick question, how young, movie? How young?
Yeah, right.
Some
20s. Yeah.
I like that they went with an actor who's like 30. That was good for them to do.
Yeah, right. No, the narrator comes up. She's like, once upon a time, God raped a tween. It's just we hired a 27-year-old, so it'll be fine.
Time was in metric back then.
Back then, it was different. Don't picture a 12-year-old. Please.
It's half his age plus 7 means nothing when you've always existed. So it's just
think about it, huh?
It doesn't.
You're a bigot.
So. So we get our title, Journey to Bethlehem, and then we meet the 3 wise men waiting on a new star, right? And this is when we get my first, best, worst, because the dude playing Balthazar, love the voice, but this guy is so not an actor. He's just got this dumbass, I'm in the movie grin the entire fucking time.
Also, they don't use his beautiful milk chocolatey speaking voice when he sings.
They do not.
They hired like a white tenor to be like, oh, girl, I'm a king.
Yeah.
And then he talks.
Right. There's one spot where he actually gets to go all bass and shit. But and then the rest of it is fucking nonsense. Yeah.
Hey, historical question. Were there a lot of dreadlocks in this time and place of the world?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of dreadlocks, a lot of telescopes.
Yep. A lot of telescopes.
Hey, man, that's just a tube. You're just looking through a tube.
Well,
we don't have clear glass yet, so I don't see
anything.
How your
telescopes weren't invented yet.
We don't have anything better than nothing at the end of that tube right now.
They don't say that tubes weren't invented. They can't.
Right. Yeah. So Balthazar's looking through the very first thing in the movie, we see Balthazar looking through a telescope. Now, the 3 wise men, they're going to play him for comedy, and here's how they're going to do it. Caspar is short, and Melchior is fat. So that's all the humor you really need.
Classic dynamic. I actually enjoyed their stupid banter and shenanigans, the 3 of them together. Like that was like the only good thing in this movie. Pretty much.
It meant the movie wasn't happening, so that was always a good sign.
Right. As long as nobody's singing, I was happy. Yeah. And then a concubine starts singing a song about Emmanuel.
Yes, the classics concubine. So this concubine will have one function, which is to sing her version of a Christmas song, right? But it's always like a weird, poppy, off-tone version, right? She's like,
yes.
Oh, come all ye fair.
Really? You do a run. You're doing a run there. Right? Oh, you're still going. You're doing a whole. You're going to do a fermata? Okay. No, you're still going. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so we get the poppy rendition of O Come All Ye Faithful over the 3 kings cameling their way to Judah.
Yeah, and my wife was doing full volume bits in the theater at this point.
Out of the seat, dancing.
Yes. I wrote in my notes, we're absolutely going to have to fist fight the only other people in this theater.
So then we cut to Mary learning that she's been betrothed to Joseph. She hasn't met Joseph yet. She's just learning that he's going to be her husband.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to be betrothed because she's an ancient Judean Feminist.
Aspiring teacher?
She's rebelling against the patriarchy. Yeah.
She says she wants to be a teacher. She might as well be like, I want to levitate. Like the level.
Right. I want to grind glass for ye oldie telescopes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so, yeah. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say it here. This movie could easily, if you didn't already know the story, this movie could easily be mistaken for an argument as to why we need to bring back betrothal.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. That it works out for everybody.
Yeah.
This is one of the least like sexually problematic things that's happening to Mary for the rest of the movie.
The rest
that's
of the
fair.
film. Yeah.
She has more autonomy over the betrothal than anything else. That's true. So Mary's pissed. Her parents tell her about the betrothal. She storms out of the house. She goes to chat with her sidekick, Fig the donkey.
Mm-hmm.
Best character in the movie.
Oh, yeah,
Spoilers.
absolutely.
Spoilers. Fig,
So good.
major figure in the Bible. Huge, real important.
Remember when they won the Bible? It was Fig.
It was
get
Fig.
to
Right, it was
We'll
Fig,
get to it.
actually, who won the Bible. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. But Mary's sisters are like, don't be bummed about the betrothal. We can go shopping. Because, women always
It's like
shopping.
someone listened to Matchmaker from Fiddler on the Roof and was like, I feel like this song is too anti-Matchmaker.
Yeah, and so then we get the Mary getting married song.
Yeah. I wrote lyrics written by me trying to write intros for Noah in alliteration and a vulgarity for charity segment.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, they went with Mary, 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 Mary for alliteration at one point.
Yeah,
So
for quite a fucking while.
Technically alliteration, I suppose.
Yep. And honestly, this song, like the entire time they're doing this song, I kept picturing me and Eli as the sisters and Heath as Mary. Because the whole song is, I don't want to get married. And the sisters going, but marriage is awesome. Why would you not want to get married?
Think of all the new bits we can do.
Right. We need to recreate this. We need to do a TikTok bit where we sing this song together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. And it all worked out great for Mary/Heath in the end, apparently.
It did. I mean, you could be appearing on cookies for thousands of years to come.
Okay, there was one tiny moment in that song. Maybe I just went crazy, but I'm pretty sure like an insane old woman stumbled into this set and was like, Mary, and they just kept it in the middle of the song.
Yep.
And they were like, all right, you get one. That's fine.
All right,
You have to leave the set, lady.
Yeah. Also, so I'm trying to be less upset and angry in my life because of the heart condition, but I can only do so much when the movie tries to rhyme romantic with traumatic.
Traumatic.
Just, you got to hit the ick.
Yeah,
Hard.
right.
And this
Make it
movie
work.
does hit the ick
They
hard,
sure
let me
do.
tell you, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I have to point this out. So, you know that thing where like everybody joins arms and they go in circles around the main character? So the sisters try to do that with Mary a couple of times in this bit, but there's only two of them, right? So they keep whacking her with their arms because there's not really room to do that.
Stay tight. You got to keep it in tight. We don't have a lot of space.
It's got real
Suck in,
mosh
Mary.
vibes. Real
Yeah.
mosh vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And just to be clear, this is a song that's about accepting that some old guy is going to be fucking you forever against your will
Yes.
as a like TikTok Christmas pop song.
Mary,
style
Mary,
thing.
Mary, 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 Mary.
Very
Yeah.
strange.
Yep.
Well,
That-
they're preparing their Utah listeners, you know?
And they're setting the tone for the rest of the movie, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Build you up to it.
But this song wraps up when Mary accidentally bumps into a cute guy at the fruit stand. Spoiler, this will turn out to be Joseph. Like, obviously, it's so fucking obvious.
Okay, this felt like a Heath character for sure to me because he tries to flirt and it goes so badly. He's like, I'm an expert at fruit choosing. Stupid.
I fight you like a
I
gourd.
can juggle.
I could
I
give
can't
you
really
a
do any juggle tricks. I can do the
board.
three. I can do the three for a little bit. And I gather. It's a gather. There we go. I have podcasts. Shit.
Well, I don't know. It feels like to me like the gourd flirting works because she seems super into Joseph by the end of it.
Exactly.
I don't think we need to point this out to most of our audience, but this is not what happens in the Bible.
Nope.
They are
Is it not?
they are married when she is visited by the angel.
Yes.
So the first half of this movie and the drama it elicits was just the people being like, I don't know, guys. The story of the birth of the savior of the universe is a little boring. let's add a meet cute and some family
a
drama.
45-minute betrothal rom-com.
Yeah.
Right, but the thing is that they're right. That's what blows me away, right? They always say, "Oh, this is the greatest story ever told." It's like, really, why do you need to embellish it so it's to make it interesting for 90 fucking minutes? Come on.
Yeah.
Literally in the book you tell it in, 4 guys tell it differently. That's how bad it is.
Actually, like, I don't even think most of them tell it. I think most of them leave this part out. I think only one of the
Get Aaron Sorkin to punch up the dialogue.
Oh, right, yes.
Here's the thing you need to understand about betrothals, Joseph. At least all the characters would still be Jewish.
And there would be a lot more walk and talks. That'd be nice. Yeah. So, well, actually, the characters would be Jewish, which would have been a nice change. So
also, they can't handle the truth, so that would fit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but so that was better than I gave it credit for. Heath, I want to go back and laugh.
Was that was pretty stupid.
I was mouthing
Eli's
stupid
looking at me and being like, "You're an idiot. That's a dumb
Everyone
joke."
hated that joke.
Aaron Sorkin wrote A Few Good Men. It's
Morgan,
pretty good.
leave
that's
the
a good
echoing silence after that joke.
So Joseph offers her some fruit. She's like, "I can't take your fruit. I'm betrothed." He's like, "I wasn't going to put it there." And the donkey goes, "I'll take the fruit," because Fig the donkey is awesome.
Nice.
Vital to this story. Fig the donkey. Audience favorite.
Yep. And Joseph, as they walk out, he goes, "I hate donkeys." I'm like, well, you know what? Fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
That's why I don't like your religion.
I don't like you.
And then we cut to King Herod's palace where we're going to meet Antonio Banfucking-Daris.
Coming in hot. Already fucking and drinking and just rolling balls on Molly. He's so good.
Hey, Antonio Dice, are you going to do a voice for King Herod of Judah? Dice, I was thinking I would do this.
Yeah,
You mean your voice?
Your voice? Your voice?
Do you like me in Puss in Boots? Yeah, I think you're good as Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
Good.
He plays
That's
this
what I will do
as
here.
Puss in Boots.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
literally, honestly, if it had been the CGI cat Puss in Boots,
Amazing.
it's the exact same performance.
Sure is.
Just slightly angrier Puss in Boots. Yeah.
Puss in Boots at a rave.
Yeah. So,
He meows at one point in this scene. He literally goes like,
Does he?
meow. Yes.
oh,
the
okay.
best.
All right. No,
To be fair, he was just rolling really hard, and he did that mouth thing where you're like,
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So, and this is where we meet his son. Remember Herod's son from the Bible?
Almost as
Nope.
important as Fig the donkey.
Yeah, right. And I had to look it up on IMDb because I don't think they ever say it, but his son's name is Antipater.
Yeah.
Anti-father is your first
that's
name.
also
I named
his
you that.
personality. So he comes in and he's like, "Hey, Dad, Rome wants a census." And Herod's like, "Fuck censi."
Yeah, that's you. That's
Fuck
you.
you.
This is why I named you Anti-father, asshole.
So,
Wrap me in this silk thing and don't open it.
yeah.
Gonna jerk off in here.
So, but of course, he's like, "I'm not going to have a census. I'm going to do a song." Now, we should point out like that Herod in the Bible is an infanticidal dictator. Weird to play that character for yucks, but he does.
They do, yeah.
He does the Puss in Boots routine here, and he sings a song about how awesome it is to be the evil king.
Yeah, which includes introducing us to his throne room, which is a giant lion head that's on fire
That
all the
spits
time.
fire out at
With
random intervals.
Bright red, glowy eyes all the time.
Yeah.
Yep. A little over the top. Yeah. Also, he ends the song by snapping and all the lights go out, but like the lights are torches.
Yeah.
How the hell did that work?
Okay.
Got a bunch of eunuchs holding their breaths, really watching on him to snap.
Do you remember whatever crazy movie we did that had the giant yarn lion on the back wall?
Yeah.
Is that a tribute to this?
Obviously,
Real
yeah, of
thing
course,
that was
yeah.
in the Bible?
Yeah, it's a very
Perhaps.
biblical part of Herod's throne room. Yeah, maybe.
Was that
Go
like
back and
Karate Cop or whatever?
I think it was,
Samurai
Samurai Cop. Yeah, I think that's correct. So good memory, man.
Universes colliding.
Yeah. So, okay. So then we cut back to Mary's parents. They're greeting Joseph's parents on the way into the betrothal ceremony, right?
Yeah. And again, this is supposed to be a comedic moment because they were like, guys, we got to fill 90 minutes with once a baby was
Yeah.
born.
What are
So
we
they
doing?
literally have like a, Rachel, so nice to meet you.
Raquel.
Okay.
Really? I don't think anybody was pronouncing it Raquel in ancient Judea, were they?
I have brought you this cheese. It's mozzarella. Okay,
Relax.
You know what? Stop being all of Heath's older friends that he introduces me to, and I have to pretend it's cool.
Also, so Joseph is there, but they're trying to they don't want to let us know that Joseph is the guy that she ran into with was flirting with the Gourds earlier. So they're going to the ridiculous lengths to not show us his face. He's like, yes, no, I'm wearing a 43-inch cowl just because that's how I'm comfortable.
Yeah. They're doing Wilson from Home Improvement for Joseph. Yeah. And I was like, if this keeps going for the rest of the movie, this could be funny. Like they have to fuck through a fence or something.
Yes.
No.
So, and we cut back to Mary. She's still very bummed about this. She's not out into the betrothal ceremony. She's still getting ready for it. And I thought it was weird to focus on Mary's desire for physical autonomy in this story at this point, right?
Yeah.
It's a no-win situation for Christianity.
Don't flag that, guys.
Yeah. So, but she's like, her mom's like, no, God will make sure it works out okay. And she says, I don't know if I have enough faith for that. And mom says, and I quote, Mary, you have more faith than you think. That's literally impossible.
That's not a thing, isn't it? You believe things you don't believe you believe.
Yeah.
Sounds like my mom and with my atheism.
Yeah, exactly, on the live stream. Yeah.
Also, to be clear, the message here is let your faith guide you into consent that you're currently not now giving.
Right.
Right, yes.
Terrifying.
Right. And then mom gives her betrothal head cage
face hammock.
What was that? Is this historically accurate?
That's the thing. What I love about our notes here is that none of us are going to be like, that's not real, because we're worried someone's going to write in and be like, that's actually called the Choduf.
Right.
And it's been a Jewish tradition for thousands of years. And we're going to be like, oh my gosh, we are so
Eli's
sorry.
a vicious anti-Semite, as usual.
That's
what I've been
particularly sorry. But yes,
you
she
should
gets
be.
her betrothal head cage. We get
the Choduf.
betrothal songlet, a little quick little bit to introduce the couple.
Yeah, with a reasonable tone. It's like a Mamma Mia flash mob about betrothal in ancient Israel.
It's very tasteful. And then Joseph comes out, and surprise, surprise, it's the only young male character that we've met in the movie so far. So
yeah, and she's really mad. She's like, you talked to me in the market even though you were betrothed. And he's like, yeah, but it was a meet cute for the movie.
I was cheating on you with you in the future. I don't understand what the problem is.
You were theoretically cheating on me. You were theoretically cheating. No, I'm with Mary here. This is a great point. How dare he?
Mary introduces the great biblical tradition of being mad at your husband for things you had dreams about.
But she's pissed. So she storms off. Joseph follows. And they have this this very super awkward conversation. Again, I don't even think they were betrothed in the Bible, right? We never learn how the two of these people, so there's no reason to make their relationship contractual rape.
No, none.
She's actually running away and he goes after her and she's like, stop chasing me. He says, I'm not chasing you. You're always lying when you say I'm not chasing. If you start saying that, stop moving and you're about to lie and stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. And she's like, you don't understand. I wanted to be a teacher. And I wrote, she wants to be a teacher and marry someone she loves and ride in an aeroplane.
Yes.
Okay, but this is where we learn what Joseph wants to be.
We laughed so fucking loud and hard.
Could not. We got in so much trouble from the two people in the theater with us here.
His response to, well, I wanted to be a teacher is, well, I'm an inventor.
Yes.
An inventor.
I wanted to so bad for the rest of this movie for him to have you remember the dad from Gremlins? I wanted him to have Gremlin dad inventions for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. I thought he was going to start explaining okay, so it's called Doge Shekel. And it's do you know, it's not money. No, it's not money. I see you already asking if it is. Can you spend? No, you can't really spend it. But it's just trust me.
It's a store
and then
of value
if you make a picture of that, there's also a thing.
Yeah.
Nope.
So, but this leads into a sadness duet about how neither of them are really into this.
Yeah. I wrote in my notes, we trained ChatGPT on over 30,000 promposals to write the lyrics for this movie.
So the refrain from the song is, "Can we make it work?" Which loses a lot of its charm when you realize that her other choices are misery and suicide, right?
And she's 12.
Right. Well, yeah, that doesn't help either.
Reminder of the context. Yeah.
But by the end of the song, they're over it and they're pretty much in love, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So that night, God rapes Mary is the only way to say it.
God. I saw this scene coming. I was like, hey, movie, you want to do a yada yada? Just do a little tenor card and go move past this?
But hey, I thought it was great. I thought they were like, okay, guys, so we have, God's got to rape a 12-year-old. He's got to. No, don't.
Hear me out.
He has to.
Okay.
And if anyone says anything except a solution, I'm not hearing it. So we have to.
Mm-hmm.
Drag queen angel practicing his lines is what they settled on.
So interesting.
To yuck this bit up.
I'm so pissed that they abandoned this bit, right? So Gabriel shows up in her bedroom. He's this giant black drag queen, and he's like, all right, God's gonna rape you tonight, Mary. No, stupid, too direct. So guess what, Mary? No, too light.
He actually does a hello today. Like an action. He's like, hello tonight. Nope.
Stupid.
Uteruses. No, that's not how you start that.
I should have come as a wheel in a wheel. Stupid.
You're a heavy sleeper. Bad. That's also bad. No.
Jewish.
Magical impregnation. Are you happy?
And we should point out that this guy is super hot, the guy playing Gabriel.
Oh, yeah, very
Beautiful
much so.
man.
Just because there's kind of a moment where, like, she wakes up and she's like, so what's going on? He's like, so God's going to impregnate me. And she's like, oh, wait, are you God in this instance? Or he's like, no. And she's like, no, I was
you
also
did it while you were asleep.
Disappointed too.
I'm just here to tell you about it afterwards. Like SVU.
Seriously.
Jesus.
They should have sent Stabler. Oh, come on. Christopher Maloney comes in. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, right. No, that'd be great.
Christopher Maloney.
I wanted some side tackles from Mariska Hargitay throughout this.
yeah.
Right.
That was good.
Nice.
Couldn't get her.
Ice-T just pushing God's head under to get into the car in the back.
Ice-T is walking away from the little tent and he's like, so you mean to tell me?
Yeah, right. So yeah, but he tells her you're going to have God's kid. You have to name him Jesus. And she goes, Jesus. And it's supposed to be her trying the name out, but it sounds like her taking it in vain, right? It's like, Jesus.
Right. And she goes, Jesus, that's the promised king. But it's not. It's
not.
It
isn't. It isn't. She's like, why? Does that mean that I'm going to have the Son of God? He's like, well, hold on. That mistranslation hasn't even been made yet.
Yeah, that's wrong about the Bible to the third level. Because the prophecy says he's named Emmanuel, and his name wasn't Jesus, it was Yeshua.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and she's like, I don't know about this. And Gabriel's like, look, even your old-ass cousin Elizabeth got pregnant, and she's fucking old. That's way weirder than, virgin birth.
Okay, but this brings up a real problem for me. Because
this right here, just now?
Because John the Baptist's mom is such a Bible deep cut that how come you know that, but not they were married already when the angel
Right.
came?
Oh, is Elizabeth the 85-year-old pregnant lady? That's John's mom?
Yeah.
John the Baptist. Yeah, we see little baby John the Baptist at the end of this. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus' cousin.
He's reaching for Jesus's feet.
Yeah. Yeah, but Mary's pretty upset about all of this. Gabriel tells her to quit being such a pansy, and he dips out, and we'll never see him again.
Correct.
All right, well, that virgin's fucked, so clearly it's time for a quick break, but we'll be back in a flash with even more Journey to Bethlehem.
Hey, podcast listener, what's up? It's me, Eli. Look, I know we usually do fun little sketches for our ads, but sometimes we just got to tell you how it is. And I'm telling you that if you have a child, or honestly, even if you just have kind of a pet, hell, if you occasionally take pictures of your surroundings, your mom wants an aura frame for Christmas. What's an aura frame? Glad you asked. As far as your mom is concerned, it's a magic picture frame that you can set up before she opens it, and it's chock full to the brim with pictures of grandkids, fur babies, family photos you scanned, vacation pictures, anything. She can swipe through them, she can like her favorites, but they're all going to be your favorite because she's going to love her aura frame. And from now through Black Friday and Cyber Monday, visit auraframes.com and get $40 off their best-selling Carver mat frame with the code AWFUL. This is their best deal of the year, so get yours now. That's AURA frames.com with the promo code AWFUL. Terms and conditions apply. Aura Frames. She doesn't want earrings.
All right, Gabriel, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. You got this. All right. Mary, wake up.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh, fuck. You're 12.
Are you an angel? Or...
Yeah. Sorry. No, I thought you would be much older.
Well, I hear that some historians think I could be up to 15.
Still not good. Really would have loved a heads up on the age. No, all right, it's fine. I bring you good news. 6th grader.
I don't go to school.
Not better. I bring you good news. You are going to give birth to the King of Kings.
Oh, wow. When?
Oh, in 9 months.
When I'm 12.
You could be 13 by then. We don't know, but yes. So congrats.
Thanks. Wait, does that mean that God is...
I don't know. The answer is I don't know. And for the record, I didn't do whatever happened. I just am doing a messenger thing. So congratulations, I guess.
Okay. Can I ask one thing?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Is this for a good reason, at least?
Oh, yeah. It's because God is mad at everybody, but if he sacrifices himself to himself, that then he forgives you.
Got it.
Feels bad.
Real bad. Yeah. And we're back for the breakdown, and we're going to rejoin the action with Herod waking up from a nightmare by sitting straight up in his bed.
Straight up. Yep. She's also wearing incredibly modern striped pajamas.
Sure is.
Like, he might as well roll out of bed and check his phone. That's how modern the pajamas are.
You see Santa Cruz banana slugs.
And he's got, so before he wakes up, there's like this gold glittery shit that I guess is like God sending divine nightmares to him.
Yeah, divine.
The golden powder ghost is in the movie throughout. I thought it was maybe meant to be Gabriel in like showing up form.
Yeah,
Ooh.
right. Like it's sending the dreams to him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why God would do that. Why would God give Herod the heads up?
Right, it doesn't make a lot of fucking sense. No.
And why not, if you're going to send Gabriel places, let him have an invisible cloud form.
Sure,
instead of a
so important.
visible gold one that people can catch you.
Seems like easier too.
Especially when you're about to like set up a sex crime for God. You'd want to have as little. I don't know why I'm giving him tips.
I'm going to leave his little evidence behind.
Yeah.
Mariska Hargitay dips her thumb into some golden dust.
Yeah,
That's
right?
God.
Yeah.
She's got it in a little baggie.
My God.
But Herod wakes up, he's from his nightmare. He notices there's a new star in the sky, and he's like, well, that can't be good.
Okay, that was funny. He was like, does this star look fuck? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's an ominous portent.
Like a blurry mole for kings.
And so, and then we get the scene where Mary tries to explain all the going-ons from last night to her parents.
Over a casual breakfast. Just being like, so I got fucked by a ghost. Pass the butter, please. Yeah, no, but seriously, I got fucked by a ghost, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pregnant now.
And again, like, I just have to point out, this is not in the Bible. It's not. They didn't have to create weird dynamics between Mary and her fucking in-laws.
Right. Well,
this is not necessary.
Yeah. So we start off with her parents and her mom is way too quick to accept, no, I'm a pregnant virgin, though, as the story.
That's a nice Jewish mother right there. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if I called my mom tomorrow and I was like, a ghost got me pregnant.
And you're a virgin? Mm-hmm. Is that what you said?
And she'd be like, you absolutely are. Yeah. That's right.
So, but Dad's not sure. Mary's like, I ain't no fucking liar. And he's like, okay. And then, now that she's all practiced up, I guess, we get her telling the same story to Joseph and his parents. And Joseph's mom doesn't quite yell "hooer" and throw rocks at her, but
Close.
super duper close.
Close.
Yeah.
I mean, credit to Mary. She puts on a good show. She comes in. She's like, listen, so have you all read The Ethical Slut? That would be great if you nodded. Yeah, no, you're nodding no.
You're not. Oh, you have
Okay.
rocks. Okay.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, she has this moment where Joseph's like, tell them it's a joke. And I was like, fucking weird joke, Joseph.
I don't think that would help if she just goes, huh? No, but it was a
Got
bit.
him.
I don't think they would. Yeah.
No, it's Joseph.
They'd feel relieved.
It dribbled out from my butthole. This lady gets it. Am I right? You gotta catch those dribbles. You gotta go shit right away.
Oh, God. So, okay. Yeah. So, but his mom and dad call off the wedding, right? And despite desperately wanting out of the marriage as recently as yesterday, she now longs for Joseph's approval and acceptance because she's a woman.
Yeah, you know, now that they've shared a duet, she's committed to him.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, right. So she leaves. He starts to follow, but only a little. It doesn't count. And then I guess Mary's mom decides that she has to go live in exile with her cousin Elizabeth. That's, again, John the Baptist's mom-to-be.
Such a weird fiction to introduce. So many universes. It's like, you know how Marvel is kind of like a post-divorce stepdad, sort of stumbling around being like, and then Wolverine meets Captain Marvel. You like her?
Yeah.
You like her? That's what this movie is doing. Unnecessary. Like, they didn't destroy the Infinity Stones. You're on the OG timeline.
Yeah, and by the way, this leads. So she's going to leave to go to Hebron, where Elizabeth lives. This leads to the third "I Sure Am Sad About My Circumstances" song from Mary in the first 35 minutes of this movie.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys were taking notes because I was entirely distracted by the 100% modern dress she was wearing from fucking Anthropology. Like a wool knit dress with an exposed collarbone that not only would get her stoned to death at the time, but also was physically impossible with the technology of the day.
There's like an anti-theft device.
Yeah, for real. Yes, exactly.
But yeah, this is a weird song. It was basically like, hey, God, little help. If I'm doing your stupid, crazy thing, you want to help out? Because it's going really badly for me ever since you did your thing and you had Gabriel announce it to me. And as this is happening, I found this pretty funny. She walks out onto like a dead end mesa thing and has to just stop and be like, fuck, that's a long walk back the other end of song. This isn't the song. This isn't the song.
Yeah, and I'm not going to point out every bad rhyme, but they tried to rhyme shadow with travel at this point in the movie as well. Some of these I have to fucking call out. But yeah, she stays remarkably clean through her multi-day trek through the desert, as does her fucking fully modern dress, I guess.
Do you think Mary could have like threatened an abortion here and had God show up to help? Like she's asking for help in a song.
There you go.
God's not showing up. She could do a threat type thing.
That's what I thought. You have the ultimate like
Hostage.
miscarriage production. You should be able to fucking slide down the sand dunes on your stomach and God's like, no, keep it intact.
You can make God meet you at the drop point.
Yeah, that's
right
me
here.
in there.
This is a great hostage scenario.
Actually me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. Doing
Losing
my
your
religion. I was going to go with doing my religion.
There it is.
So, but eventually she gets to Hebron and she meets Elizabeth. Elizabeth, by the way, is about 55 in this movie and pregnant. So
yeah, they definitely read that part of the deep Bible lore where they were like, she's 85. And they were like, no, just come on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
She's pregnant with a tumbleweed and dust. Right now.
Right. No, but we're having fun changing the ages wherever we see fit to do so.
She's pregnant with some problematic racial opinions.
Well, John the Baptist.
Yeah.
So then we cut back briefly to the three wise men so they can relieve some comedy, right?
Yes. I love this because at this point, it's just us trying to get Heath to stop eating caramels during the record.
I like these caramels, and I'm not taking off these goggles ever.
It's
I will never take off these goggles.
There's literally a moment where it's just our show dynamic. It's just our like grounds for a lawsuit levels of our show dynamic. If somehow the third guy who was short with the telescope was trying to move along the movie, it would be a complete and total reflection.
Totally. And he was. That's exactly what he was fucking doing. He's like, come on, man, we got to go. We got to get this trip underway. Well, the other motherfucker ate cheese.
And whatever, the Eli one was just like gaslighting the angry one that like, no, we don't have to go anywhere.
We don't have to do anything.
Yep. Oh, God, yeah, because this is even where they have the, like, I wasn't yelling, and yes, you were definitely yelling. They like, yeah, wow, this is, yeah. I think we may have a lawsuit here.
We have a lawsuit, for sure.
That was me yelling. No, it wasn't.
They have to put us in Sound of Freedom, too. As children.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
That's all I want.
Okay.
So then we get Mary settling in with her geriatric cousins.
Yeah. So they have this weird thing that they have decided to make a full-blown bit. So when Elizabeth tells Zachariah in the Bible that she's pregnant, it says Zachariah was struck dumb.
Yes.
But it just means surprised. That was also an expression back when the Bible was written.
They didn't know that and they went with mute?
Right, which is why Zachariah is mute for the entire film.
Yeah, that's a common interpretation of the character, but yeah.
This is when they decided to pick one thing to go with in their head as like accurate to the Bible. This one little thing.
And so Zachariah for the rest of the movie will be doing weird mime bits, which I cannot communicate to you, podcast listener, given our medium. But like the whole time the movie's going on, people will be like, yes, we must travel to Shechem to see. And in the background, there's a guy being like, yeah,
right. No, he's going, okay.
I'm going down
3
the
words. Second word, short word.
Elevator.
Yeah. And also, by the way, it comes off as just him giving her the silent treatment for being pregnant, right? Like he's mad at her and just being bitchy about it.
Yeah. And look, we all know this old Jewish couple, so I get it, but I'm just saying it's weird to put it in your room. I'm not fucking to her. She knows why.
So
my brother came to stay for a weekend. She didn't put the guest room together. I was so good to her mother before she died.
So yeah, but so Mary's still whining about her own situation, and Elizabeth has this amazing fucking line, which I have to share in its entirety. She says, well, you know, what my husband used to say back when he was speaking is that patience is a great companion for faith.
Rough.
Or any
movie.
Untrue thing, really.
Yeah.
Give it a minute.
It's a great companion for con men, too. Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Anal sex.
Strangely enough.
Same for being pregnant at 85 with a mute husband.
Yeah,
right.
You want to give that a minute.
So we cut back to Joey's place. Now, he's still conflicted. His parents are super duper not conflicted. He's all like, I want to marry Mary. And they're all like, no, but no, though.
Yeah, he's like, on the one hand, she was so kind in the 2 scenes we've met. And on the other hand, what she's saying is physically impossible.
And insane, right? And insane.
Son, look at me. Whore.
Meanwhile, mom's in the background already introducing him to new girls, just like, oh, look, if it isn't Choco from down the street coming to visit.
Yeah, right.
She can do a split.
Well, and Joseph's like, well, you know what? I'll break off the engagement slowly. And I'm like, she just took a week-long fucking trip to live in Hebron in shameful exile. I feel like the engagement's over, bro. That's already happened in the movie. So, and then we're going to get Joey doing a duet with himself.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh, the red doodly-doo.
Joseph versus Joseph ninja fight.
The Psychomachia ninja fight song.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was pretty great. This was my favorite scene in the movie, I would say.
Yeah.
This was genuinely fun.
Oh, not mine.
Sure, outside of donkey stuff.
Okay,
outside of donkey
right.
stuff,
Yeah.
best scene in the movie.
Okay.
If I had a nickel. Also, I just have to point out, they made this actor do fight choreography, and fight choreography for these musical theater kids is shoulder grabbing and tango.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and what's amazing is they're trying to have him fight himself, but they don't have the money for the CGI to make that work. So it's just him fighting himself in that deep-ass cowl from before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it seemed like part of the fight was the hug-based fight. So that was some of the points. The rest of the points were earned by singing at the red apparition of Mary more. So it's like two different Josephs,
Right.
like trying to like push the other one out of the way and then like get a few lines out of the lyrics and sing it at Red Mary.
Yeah.
I want that to be like an event in WWE. Like, you know, they have like the cage match or the chair thing or whatever.
the duet.
This would work, like where you have to win a sing.
Yeah.
thing.
All right.
Ooh.
And I will say that the dance fight choreography here still looked a little less staged than when David A.R. White does it, right? Like
Yeah,
you
for
couldn't
sure, yeah.
actually hear them going and 1, 2
1,
punch
2,
and
3,
block.
4. Yeah, and they were
kick,
dancing.
3,
Yeah.
2. Yeah, right, exactly. So, but midway through his dreamy dance fight thing, Gabriel speaks to him and tells him he has to still marry her, though.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think the other guy won the fight though, right? Hey, other guy. Oh, he got me. Other guy got me. Look at that. He goes.
And what a great way to undercut your own stupid fucking take on the story, right? Because the whole story that they're telling now is, wow, Joseph's still in love with her and he can't decide what to do. But then they're like, no, he was actually divinely commanded, so it really didn't matter how he felt about shit.
Right.
Just picturing someone who saw this movie but hasn't read the Bible, leafing through their Bible later. When does he have the dance fight? Is that
Right.
like a Luke
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Or a-
So meanwhile, King Herod is still having more bad dreams, probably because he sleeps right next to a big scary lion door.
Yeah, it's
That'll
the
do it.
problem with having a giant lion in your living room. Not great for nightmares. Power bill is sky high.
Yeah, no, it's
Snap up awake. You kind of hit your head on the big
On a tooth.
big tooth.
Yeah, exactly.
But that just then Antipater comes in to tell him that the 3 wise men are there and would like to use his library to help find the Virgin Mary.
And they brought their full level shenanigans with them. They brought their full level
They
shenanigans.
did, yes.
Which is weird because it's a weird, like Antonio Banderas isn't stopping doing his bit and they're doing their bits, which is weird, which would be like if in the background of the diatribe on every episode of Scathing, Heath and I were just trying to move a sofa into someone's house we didn't like very much.
Yeah, and the wise men explain, hey, we're waiting for the birth of the King of Kings. She's going to be born in your kingdom, and we need your help to find him. Also, probably why you're having bad dreams. And he's like, what? Why? And they're like, because this plot is thin as an antelope hair, and we've got to flesh it out somehow. Man, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Help us find your replacement as king. And he's like, I'm really drunk, but no, I think no.
I'm pretty sure no.
totally.
Yeah.
I would love to help you. Hey, that mom, is she stabbable? Do you know? Is that part of the mythos?
Right.
How stabbable she is?
Well, at first he doesn't want to help, but then they do the "We'll give you some myrrh" song. You know,
This was fun.
Glorious myrrh.
well, this is the one time we get to hear Balthazar's amazing bass voice, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, and this is also where like suddenly you're like, oh, this is why they're so bad at acting, because they're really good singers. That's why they're here
for the song with the
Yeah.
gold myrrh frankincense.
And they really, you know how when you watch, this is for like 3 people in our audience, but I'm going to say it anyways. When you watch a production of Les Mis, the Thénardiers are the only enjoyable humans in that cast, right? Everyone else is just a real fucking shit show. And you're just waiting for the Thénardiers to do Master of the House.
So good.
That's what the 3 Kings in their Myrrh song was,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Everybody was like, no, we're rehearsing the Myrrh song again this week. So that'll be a fun day.
But ultimately, after they sing the song about how great myrrh and frankincense are,
I feel like frankincense guy gets fucked
He
on this.
gets so
and you
fucked.
see him be like, he's sorry. Because it's like, here's myrrh, which is like drugs in this universe. And then gold is gold. And then he's like,
I really should go
oil
first.
or perfume, but it's not. You could spray it in your baby's eye. I don't know. I'm really sorry.
We made up a drummer so that I could be in second.
We
lowest
did a rock,
place.
paper, scissors tournament, and I lost every time.
Every time. I thought we were just doing gifts we made. And it was, we actually had a limit. We had a number limit,
didn't
and
make
I was the
that
only one who
goal.
stayed under it.
so yeah, but Herod ultimately he does agree to help them, but sinisterly, right? He's like, yeah, you can use my library all you want. And so they leave, and he turns to Antipater and he goes like, find that meddling fetus.
I really wanted Antipop to be like, it's okay, I've got it. And he just pulls out like an ancient Bronze Age ultrasound machine, and he's like, he won't escape me.
Mike Lindell comes in and side tackles him. Yeah. All right. Well, now I'm craving some myrrh, so I guess we're going to take another quick break. But first, let me give Act 3 the hard sell. Will they manage to make the biblical census even more nonsensical? Will the donkey learn karate? Will they chicken out on all the baby murder that's central to their story? Find out the answers to these questions and more when we return for the largissimo conclusion of Journey to Bethlehem.
And that's when I turn to him and say, Bonjour, Gem Apples, Eli.
Oh my God, I love it.
Right? It's just such a classic meet cute.
Hey, guys, wait, what are you doing?
Oh, we're practicing for Eli's Paris Christmas romance.
Paris Christmas romance?
Yeah, you know, I go to Paris, I meet a French guy, we fall in love, or jam, as the French say.
Eli, if you want to fall in love in French, I think you're going to have to brush up on your language skills.
Psh, tell me about it. I'd love to learn, but it's so difficult.
Well, why don't you just try Babbel?
Wait, Noah, what's Babbel?
Mon Dieu.
Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a private tutor or fooling yourself with language apps that are little more than games, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are designed by over 150 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Babbel is designed by real people for real conversations. All of Babbel's tips and tools for learning a new language are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching.
It's true. I downloaded Babbel when they became a sponsor, and I used it to tune up my Swedish before we went on our trip this year. That's why I, Heath Enright, personally endorse Babbel.
And here's a special limited time offer for our listeners to get you started right now. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at Babbel.com/awful. Get 55% off at Babbel.com/awful, spelled BABBEL.com/awful. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Thanks, guys. Now I feel ready for my romance, or as the French say, mon chèvre est malade.
I mean...
No, they do say that.
Well, okay. All right.
Antipater, tell me, what is the news from Rome?
Well, Your Highness...
Sorry, let's step into my throne room.
Oh, okay. Wow. A lion.
Just.
What's that fire?
Just. It was a whole thing to install. Watch your step.
Yeah, I bet. Wow, that's got to be a nightmare to keep lit.
Genuinely a nightmare. Just. So from Rome.
Right. So Caesar... I'm sorry, wait. Are the eyes glowing in this?
Yeah, he's torches in the back.
Oh, torches. Nice touch. Very intimidating.
Is it? I feel like you're in the room for like 8 seconds, and then you feel like you're on the set for Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, no. It's foreboding.
No, you are being nice. I should have had just like a throne room. That's why kings do throne rooms. This is not, it's like themed.
I mean, look, we all make mistakes, right? Like my wife put in a kitchen island, right? And that just takes up a ton of space.
Really? I thought a kitchen island would be like more convenient. Like
well, no, you would think that, right? But it gets in the way constantly.
Oh, no, that's too bad.
Yeah. Hey, King Herod?
Jace?
Where are you from?
Spain.
Sure. Okay. Sure. And we're back for still more of this shit. We're going to rejoin the action back at Cousin Elizabeth's house with Antipater and his soldiers showing up. They've heard Mary is somewhere in the area.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little suspicious.
In the Maria, if you will. Sorry, the connection's bad. No, I said Maria. She's in the Maria.
Okay, that must have, because the bad connection is probably
yeah, we'll just take it again. Maria.
No, your line is
it's written, it's written into the notes. Didn't
there
realize
it is.
that.
You see it?
I'm holding a gun on Heath right now. I know you all can't see it,
But yeah, so they're like, we have it on good authority that the girl is here. And they're like, you wouldn't mind if we looked around, would you? And Elizabeth's like, it's not my ass. Yeah, look around. Fine.
You remember that amazing scene from Inglourious Bastards with Christoph Waltz, and it's like super
the
tense
opening
and
scene.
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you remember how it wasn't silly enough, though?
Right. That was my problem with it.
Well, they fixed it.
You know how she wasn't sitting on a rubber chicken?
So Joe shows up to save her. He's like, the soldiers are coming to get you. I came to save you. And she's like, little late. And he's like, don't worry. There's a man-sized pile of hay that we can hide in a la Assassin's fucking Creed.
I wanted Antonio to be in there so bad. He was like, sorry, I'm killing Leonardo da Vinci.
Did you dive off a building into this?
Yes, no, it's fine. I'm okay. All my bones are
You're
still
fine?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
So now, are we saying that she couldn't have thought of jump into this man-sized pile of hay if Joseph hadn't been there to help? I mean, like, if anything else, he's just taking up room in the hay pile.
He's an inventor.
Yeah, he invented hay volume.
Hayness. And I just want to point out, little spoiler, at this point in the movie, I wrote in my notes, my God, the donkey's going to have to fight them off. Pin in that.
Big
pin in my joke. The donkey's going to have to fight them off.
Pin the tail on that donkey.
Alrighty, thank you.
Maria.
Eli, I said, I'm grabbing your gun. You say, ha, ha, ha.
So the soldiers leave. Mary and Joe catch up on what they've been up to lately. And Joe sure is sorry for not immediately believing that she was impregnated by an omnipotent ghost, right? And she's like, well, I'll forgive you this time.
And again, this is a drama they have created that is not in the Bible, and Zechariah is doing bits in the back. They're doing the like, I forgive you. Well, I think you and I will. And Zechariah's in the back being like, oh, he's like in DJ glasses and rowing an invisible canoe.
Yeah,
right. So, but Mary realizes she's got a plan. They're looking for a young, unmarried pregnant woman. So if her and Joseph get speed married, they'll never find him because they don't know that unmarried is not an unalterable state, apparently.
It's a word. So
yeah. We could just tell people, nope.
Actually, it feels a lot like, because this is totally unnecessary. It feels like what's really going on is Mary's like, I'd be damned if I'm going to go through an entire pregnancy without at least getting fucked out of the deal.
Right.
So let's get married, right? Mm-hmm. But of course, for that, they would need a priest. Don't worry. Zechariah, the mute cousin, is a priest. So he can marry him.
And it literally, again, pans to him like, you know when they dress up a character as a lady in a comedy and the camera cuts to him and he goes, why are you guys looking at me? That's what happens to Zechariah on high, son of Joseph, son of Nabom right now. Yep. Like, it's your God, guys. I feel like there's only so much shellac you can do.
Zechariah, what say you?
It's a living. So we cut to the altar and they get a little bit racy here, right? Because the donkey is the best man. And Joseph goes, you're being such an but then the donkey cuts him off.
It.
Oh, he doesn't.
They almost said it.
Guys, is this okay? Because we're having a lot of fun
we're right
in this Christian movie.
We're right on the edge.
And like, I'm not afraid of edgy. I'm wearing a hat indoors, but I want to make sure.
No, but like for realsies, you know that they sat around in that writer's room for a good 3.5 minutes looking at that one going, I don't know. I think that might be, I think we can get away with it.
So many high fives, and then we write a movie around that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And they did.
This is also where they got their bargain basement CGI fireflies, which I love.
Oh my God.
Have you ever been to a children's museum where there's like lasers in one room because museums are underfunded and the world is hell?
Sure.
That's where they shot this scene.
Yeah, right. Because they do their getting married song where they have a lot of fireflies. They do their marriage knot dance, which is not anywhere near as sexy as I just made it sound, but they just tie the things in a knot while they're getting married and dancing thing, right?
Yeah, and it's just a duet for Joseph and Mary, but they keep showing Zechariah, and I get that he's supposed to be mute, but he also has to just stand there in the really close background of a musical moment and just not move.
And just,
like, you see him like bop his head a little bit for a second. He couldn't help it, but he has to just stand there. It looks crazy. He looks like Patton Oswalt in that one moment.
Yes, freezing in King of Queens, 100%, yes.
And the lyrics of this song, by the way, are like, maybe someday this marriage will turn out to have been a good idea, right? That's the song that we're singing.
Yeah, the final lyric is, maybe one day I can learn to love you too. Exact quote. And she gives him a cheek kiss. And this is where I developed the theory of like, do the movie makers think that Mary was always a virgin? Like she never fucked Joseph?
Because Jesus had brothers and sisters. I don't know.
Right, we know that.
Gabriel was super busy on that. But yeah, and then they seal their marriage with a kiss that has all the passion of a gay woman being forced to kiss a male mannequin at gunpoint, right?
Which, given the actors in this
So
movie, is
Christian movie.
pretty close to what happens.
Right.
Both of these very gay actors were like, oh, did
Let's
you see we don't get to kiss?
Lip it up, though.
Yeah, we
for
would
this
love
moment.
it. We would love to
Mine
kiss.
on yours?
We would love to.
1, 2.
You didn't go. You didn't go.
You didn't go.
Just give me a second.
But I love, though, that they cut to Donkey, who is as unimpressed by that kiss as I am, right?
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, Antipater is yelling at the three wise men in the library because they're taking too damn long to find Mary, right?
Yeah.
He has this big, like, what do you need with a peasant's baby anyway? You're kings, you're rich, you could just buy whatever it is that he has. And they're like, nope, can't buy Jesusness. It's just, that's a different thing.
I like that this is Antipater who's yelling at them, right?
Obviously.
And then he's like, fine, it's like the meaning of life to you or whatever. That's dumb to find a peasant baby for that. I don't care. And he walks out. As he's walking out, he's like, just find the mother, like I said. That's what we're doing. And then he's like still mad. He like circles back, looks right at him, slaps the bottle of wine off the table as he's staring at drunk Magi guy. And he's like, fuck your wine.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay,
like
now.
an angry cat. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Also, the line, by the way, is that he goes, my father wants the mother found. But the way he delivers it, there's a moment between foul and where you are sure he's going to say, my father wants that motherfucker. It was just, that's what I was hearing.
for sure.
I was, because like the whole time I had these three old ladies going like, well, I don't think it's appropriate at all to make a joke about that part of the Bible or whatever. When I thought he was going to say motherfucker, I stared right at him. Like, I was like, I need to clear the path to the exit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the three wise men, he leaves, and the three wise men are going like, I'm starting to think that Herod might not be helping for entirely ethical reasons here.
We got to stop just stopping in every king's house we meet, guys. This is not going well.
So the next morning, Antipater has to tell Herod that the Magi have dipped out overnight.
And Herod's like, oh, okay, it's fine. We'll just kill all the newborn babies. And he's like, oh, in the musical?
Yes.
I don't.
Do we have to write songs for that? That element?
We've already done a bunch of really big changes. I would love for us to just cut that from the story.
Wordplay about it is hard.
And they do. It's the inciting incident of the whole fucking story. And they're just like, but really not. Because Herod goes like, oh, well, we just kill all the pregnant women and babies. And Antipater's like, do you fucking hear yourself, dude? And then they don't. And then that's not what happened.
That is not what happens in this version of the biblical story of Christ, the Savior of the world.
Yeah. Right. Well, and then Antipater's like, well, maybe we can use the census as an excuse to check everybody for king babies. And I'm like, how does that fucking help? You could just check, too.
You can just do whatever you want. You're king.
Right.
No, we'll put a box on the census that says baby's father, present, not present,
God,
omnipotent creator of the universe.
Right,
You're not allowed to lie on that. Yeah.
You have to
Everyone gets along for it.
Lying on the census is a big deal. Right. And then, and Herod's like, okay, but if you don't find her through this census plan, you have to do my whole baby genocide thing. And Antipater's like, okay, but that would mean that we would be doing it for no reason because we didn't find her. She's not here. So what you're saying is we only get to kill all the babies if it's recreational, right?
And he's like, I have a sword for that. And he's like, no, did you not hear? I'm saying,
Dad, come on.
I didn't doubt you had a weapon to kill the innocent pregnant women.
We could kill some babies right now.
I know. I heard you say that.
The pregnant women, they are very slow.
You're handing me a second sword. Okay.
Their feet,
the babies inside them even slower, really.
It's not going to be just me.
Their feet hurt them already. They cannot run away.
You like my ear thing?
I cannot. Oh, I did not notice it.
This right here? Oh, yeah. No,
where did you get it?
On this side. I've been wearing it for a while. It's pretty.
I noticed you got it in the gay ear.
So Dad wanders off, leaving Antipater to think things over in song. Right?
Blood. My favorite part of the fucking movie.
All right, so I'm not going to lie, kind of dug this fucking song. It sounded a lot like Imagine Dragons, but in a good way, right?
Yeah. It's a Creed song to footage of his childhood self pushing things over. It fucking rules.
And I love, because, okay, so they've hired this kid actor and they're like, you're just going to trash this room. But the kid isn't comfortable doing this. So it's like somebody asked my grandma to trash a china shop. He just gently pushes over one thing, kind of timidly tugs at the fabric on the wall.
Right.
But the song was great. This one's been in my head ever since. So
Yeah.
And as if the song wasn't good enough, we get that sweet choreographed spear work in the middle of it.
Yeah.
There's unironically, this is my favorite scene in the history of God-awful movies. It's like, ironically, my favorite is still the step on Jesus moment from If Footmen Tire You. But like in terms of actual quality of scene, this is the best it's ever been for us.
Oh, see, I thought it was super lame. I wrote in my notes, this makes lightsaber kid look like a badass.
So,
It was fun, though. It was fun.
Those are not mutually exclusive, Eli.
Sure,
That's
fair,
true.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
true. But just a kid in a snit about his dad being like big shoes to fill and then like singing a choreographed song with spear dancing. That was fun.
That's
I
pretty
enjoyed
good.
that.
That's the most fun I had in the movie. That's for sure. Well, no, sorry, the donkey scene that's coming up was
Yeah,
Obviously,
right. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Very dramatic. At the end, I wanted Dad Antonio Banderas to just walk back into the scene and do like a ball check on his son.
Ow! Oh!
Yeah.
Or like he just pokes his head back in. What are you singing about? Nothing. We weren't even singing. Were we, guys?
I do not have an internal conflict. Doing great.
So okay. So then we cut briefly to Nazareth. Right, we get Joe cooking some stew for Mary because he's pretty progressive. That Joseph.
He has to do the cooking.
Yeah.
Feminism.
She says, even Fig the donkey's starting to like you. And I'm like, I feel like I've been betrayed by that donkey then. Because
For real,
up
yeah.
until now, that donkey has been our analog in the story. But no, not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so as they're having this conversation, a Roman soldier storms in to try to like forcibly census them.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So for those of you who aren't super familiar with the Christmas story, first of all, congratulations on the coma you just woke up
Yeah,
from,
right,
or
right,
your fifth birthday. I'm not clear how you didn't get this story yet, but they're in
Bethlehem.
Nazareth.
Oh, right now they're
Right.
in Nazareth. Right. They have
But
to go to
the
Bethlehem.
prophecy says that he's from Bethlehem. So medieval Heath and Eli were like, just say they had to go home for the holidays or something. I don't know, fucking know what, man. But now we have to watch a guy from the census be like, where are you from? And they're like, Bethlehem. And he's like, okay, well, you have to
Go there.
go there and do it there.
Yes. Yes. He's like, oh, if you're from Bethlehem, you have to go there to be counted. And he's like, there's two of us. You're right there. Right? Like this was, and he's like, yeah, no, this is the dumbest element of this story in the Bible. And we've made it worse now.
He's like,
Right.
I already started filling out the ticket of you not being in my census.
You know,
It's like that.
It's a shelter in place order. You have to do it.
Well, and he's like, and then he's like, well, but my wife is with child in Bethlehem is weeks away. And I'm like, yeah, great point. What are they going to just hold the census in Bethlehem until the two of them get there? And how are you going to communicate that with the guys in Bethlehem?
Can you bring them this note that says there's two people coming with you to be part of the fuck? This is going to take forever.
But yeah, but so they head out to Bethlehem and look, they could just in this stupid fucking story, knowing that the bad guys are looking for them, they could just go literally anywhere else, right? And they could say, you know, I'm fucking Moishi and this is fucking Rachel and we're fine, you know, and whatever.
Yeah.
But no, they go to Bethlehem and this goes on for like 45 minutes because that's the name of the movie, right?
Yeah, we watched them do a walking montage. During that, he invents a portable chair for her. Inventor.
Oh, shit.
He did invent that.
Yeah, he's like, I invented the chair. And she's like, actually, that's the one technology that already exists.
But it folded out.
No,
it didn't fold out.
it
Though.
didn't.
As I said it, I realized I was lying. It didn't fold out. It had a cross on it. I invented perpendicularity. Nope, that's
Nope,
already
he
a
had it.
thing. A priori.
God fucked my wife.
So yeah, so we get this fucking Lord of the Rings trilogy amount of walking, but eventually they journey all the way to Bethlehem, and then literally one scene and one montage from the last title card telling us we were in Nazareth. We're in Bethlehem.
Yep.
Apparently, fucking Romans are checking IDs at the gate.
They're checking vaccine cards on the way into
Yes.
the city.
the door to Bethlehem.
The city door.
You have to be on the guy's clipboard or else you get in trouble.
Yeah, right. No, I gotta
Private
say,
party.
I honestly, I had to throw out a lot of, but what about the other directions jokes when I found out that Bethlehem actually was a walled city at this point in history? So they thought I had some good bits there, but no.
But her savior belly tells her like the direction to go in, right? He's like, oh, we can probably just fake it. And she's like, no, sorry. The kid's telling me we got to do shenanigans.
Yeah, right.
Here's the thing. If I got impregnated by God, the God of the universe, and I believed that to be true, I wouldn't be strategizing.
I wouldn't be
anything.
worried. Yeah.
I would I'd be a dick about everything.
I'd just
be dancing around, walking right up to that guy,
somersaulting your way
pulling
in,
his nose,
pointing my belly button at him. Hey, you want a laser blast from this? Because you're going to get a full-on God laser blast if you don't get the fuck out of my way.
Or you won't, but something else will go good for me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I win.
Right.
Eagle.
Ow.
So she's going into labor. And she's like, oh, they'll catch us if we go in through the main entrance. He's like, don't worry. I know a secret way into the city through a sewer pipe.
Yes.
And she's like, great. That's great. So, and then, okay. So they're going to go off to that. We have to check in with the three wise men long enough for them to say, tonight is the end of the movie.
Yeah. The Heath character is complaining because he smells like sheep poop. And Anna out loud yelled in the theater, spa day.
So we cut back to Joe and Mary. Turns out that Joe's secret way in is through a tunnel, which is guarded. There's this great moment there where they're like, well, how will we get the donkey in? And she's just like, literal fucking magic. We don't goddamn care. The donkey will just fly. It doesn't, but the plot cannot be bothered with that.
Right. Also, I'll distract the entire army of Herod with like video game guard move.
Yes.
Like stealth mode where I throw a rock off to the side and they all look at it and walk away slowly and we go right past.
A question mark appears above his head and he wanders in that
exactly.
direction.
No, it's, once again, like playing Assassin's Creed really helped Mary through this, I will say. Yeah, so they sneak in through the tunnel. They get into the city. Joe's going to run around and check to see if any of the inns have free rooms while Mary hangs back and like contracts, I guess.
Yeah. And a soldier hears her screaming and they have this moment of tension where the soldier's like, huh? What's that? I heard a lady. Maybe it's the lady I'm supposed to kill.
Exclamation mark over his head. Yeah.
3 question marks and an exclamation. Yeah, and an interrobang has formed over his head now.
Right. It's going to be like a you lost thing for a stealth game. But then the donkey hits him from behind. The donkey snaps his neck like Steven fucking Seagal.
Yes. The donkey just like appears out of the shadows. You can just see his eyes open.
Yep.
Like fucking Rambo in First Blood coming out of the mud wall or whatever and slits his fucking throat. Watch the movie if you don't believe it. I don't believe me, but it really fucking happened.
I was crying with laughter so hard I could not see my notes.
The donkey fucking karate attacks, knocks him unconscious, knocks the guard the fuck out with a donkey kick.
Just flying around the rafters like Batman. Yeah. Swoops down.
Where are you? Yeah, right.
You wouldn't like my donkey when he's angry. The Doom music. Oh my God.
Yes.
Crazy Billionaire remake. We just play the Doom music at this point of the movie.
So the doggy knocks him out. Joe runs back. He's like, hey, I found a barn we can sleep in. And to her credit, Mary doesn't go, fucking what?
It's the son of goddamn God. That's a weird phrase I said, but you get what I mean. It should be nicer. Don't your parents live here in this city?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Right.
How much are they giving for the wedding?
They really don't like you, though. So.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm going to wear a Hawaiian shirt.
So, okay. So they rush into the barn. Joey sets up a nice bed and a nice manger. That weird concubine chick starts singing Silent Night.
This is the hardest she misses because she's like,
right,
Silent Night.
Oh my fucking!
And you watch everyone in the movie be like, "That's not how Silent Night goes."
We all know the note there.
It is a challenge to do a version of Silent Night that I won't like, but damned if they don't manage it. Yeah. So and then she has the baby. Like, boom, right? Like, we cut to the baby has been had. She's holding him. He's perfectly clean. No running water. No non-running water. Everybody's nice and tidied up at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I can confirm women are softly, gently holding a perfectly clean baby seconds after their baby is born.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially if the person delivering the baby's never done it before and doesn't know what they're doing. Yeah.
And the mother is 12. It works out every time. Trust me.
Yeah. So, but of course, as he's born, the star like brightens and it blinds everybody in the kingdom. It's a regional.
Including the donkey.
Star. Yes.
They literally do a cut to the donkey being like, ow, my eyes, I'm a donkey.
So, and like we get Herod. Herod sees the light. He's like, that can't be good.
Yeah. They're all like Trump staring at the eclipse, just having bad reactions
Right,
to it.
right.
Although we do see the choir of Gabriel and his angels in the sky, and they're very beautiful
Yeah.
at this moment.
So whole drag team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Antonio Banderas' reaction shot to that, I think, was him in real life, just, again, rolling his face off, being like, holy shit, that's awesome.
Is
What's
that
happening?
a drag choir? I got to just do one tab from now on. It's got to be the one tab or a single
Or
sides.
3.
7.
So it's got to be a prime number. The important thing is it's a prime number. So
Stupid. 13.
little lamb leads the field hands into the barn so they can join the Jesus party. I feel like the three wise men feel dumb at that point where they're like, fuck, I didn't know there would be lambs just leading people in.
I didn't know there'd be guide lambs. We've been doing our non-telescope tube point at the sky.
Yes, exactly. We're just wasting our fucking time. And then Mary sings a how about this baby Messiah of mine song to baby Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
It's snowing now in Bethlehem at this moment as well.
The three kings
'Cause it's
walk in
December.
and start singing and harmonizing with her, and she's completely unaffected. And I know that seems like a stretch, but honestly, if after Anna had given birth, that had happened, I would have been like, sure, man, do you have the pain medication? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever you want. And then the donkey's just like, remember when I killed a guy?
That was fucking awesome.
And of course, this is the part where they take that glorious bass voice and have him lip sync tenor.
Sure.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but yeah. So everybody's lined up to see Jesus like they're a fucking, like he's a stadium urinal or whatever. And then we cut to late that night. Everybody's asleep when Antipater shows up in the barn.
Yeah.
Got soldiers with him.
And he's standing there watching them sleep. Like he was standing there when they wake up and they're like, hey man, were you watching us sleep dramatically?
No. I was here for a normal amount of time.
Right. There had to be a moment where he's like, turns to his soldiers and he's like, okay, so everybody be quiet. I want to just kind of be staring menacingly when they wake up. I just kind of want it to be a natural moment. So it's going to take a second. Everybody just quiet down. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what happened.
They're not waking up. Stay out. They're not waking up. Hold on. Joseph.
Mary.
I'm doing a dramatic thing. Hey, everybody. Oh, it's me, Antipater.
So Mary and Joseph wake up and Antipater looks at the kid and he goes, who's the dad? And Joseph's like, I was the one sleeping with her when you showed up. So it seems like a weird question, but me. And Antipater's like, bullshit. No, obviously not. You're impotent looking or something.
Yeah. And then Joseph tries to fight him and Mary's like, don't do the Peter thing.
Relax.
Because then I remembered when Peter was like, let's fucking go in the middle of Jesus's moment. And I had a little giggle about that because I think about it every 3 days and it makes me so happy.
Pretty awesome moment. Yeah. And Mary explains, look, my son is the king. Yes, but he doesn't need your dad's little shitty throne. He's a way bigger king than that. And Antipater's like, you see how this isn't making it better, right?
Yeah. At this point, I was obsessed with the donkey and I really wanted the donkey to be behind Antipater making, do you want me to kill him gestures behind him. He just like drops waist first down from the ceiling and gives the like snap next gesture ?
So, and then Mary's like, no, look at the baby, check the baby for what? Insurrection? Kingliness? No idea. No fucking clue. Right. But Antipater comes over, he looks at Jesus and he's like, what? That is one chosen ass looking baby. I will give you that, you know?
Yeah. And then he looks back at his soldiers and he's like, we're going to give him safe passage. And the main soldier guy is standing right behind Antipater and he's like, what? Actual line.
Yeah.
Fucking what? And they're like, yeah, I guess we're letting them go now.
Do you think they cut when that actor said, that's not what happens in the Bible?
Yeah. Yeah, and then the guy, the Auntie Potter's like, so what's the baby's name? She's like, Jesus. And he's like, yeah, no, that'll be great when you stub your toe. That'll work. Jesus. I get it.
Sure, yeah, no, I like it. Are you sure? Are you sure it's Jesus? It's Jesus. Don't.
Is you sure it's not Yeshua? Because it could be Yeshua, yeah. And yeah, okay. So then it's the next morning. The three wise men are heading out, and Mary and Joseph are going to take the baby to Egypt. Right? Which is weird. They're all leaving together. Like, did the three wise men sleep in the barn with them then?
Yeah.
That night?
Unclear.
But, of course, before they can leave, they need to give Jesus their gifts. Frankincense, gold, and probably weed.
Probably myrrh.
I wish we had got a scene of them trying to like sleep in the same little like hay manger area.
Trying to get comfortable. Yeah.
Push off.
Yeah. But no, they literally, the last scene we have with the three wise men is them continuing their fight about how stupid frankincense
fucking sucks.
Yeah, why'd you make me go second?
Yes. And then as Mary and Joe head away, Mary kisses him because she loves him now. Again, turns out that the message of this film, the main message of this film is betrothal is awesome and works out great.
Mary did too love Joseph.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we close out on, it turns out that this whole story has been Mary telling infant Jesus about the time that mom and dad met and about his birth.
And that's how I met your motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Baby Jesus takes a giant shit. End of movie.
Yeah.
I like that we get, he was like 2-year-old, 3-year-old Jesus.
Like 4-year-old, yeah.
Yeah, he is much older.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years old, yeah. So, and at the very end, a title card comes up and tells us that while some creative liberties have been taken, this is the true story.
Hey, everybody, I was editing the movie and we really got fucking buck wild with this story. Please, please, little old ladies in a series in the theater with Noah, don't beat us up. We just
looked up the Bible on Yik Yak and it was not.
So bored.
Right.
But that's just the thing, right? They know their audience. They know that until that title card came up, there were people sitting there going, wait, is that song from the Bible? Did Mary have a donkey sidekick that knew karate? I didn't know that. I should read this book.
I got to read the Bible again, y'all. I forgot about the karate donkey, and I'm going to incorporate that more into my walk.
And then the fucking director, as the credits start to roll, the director and his wife show up in the credits and ask us to buy more tickets for this movie.
He's wearing the anthropology hat for women, and it's all I can think about for the rest of my life.
So, yeah, but apparently, I guess look out for that in all of our movies now, right? It worked out so good for Sound of Freedom that now every movie is going to end with, and you know what? You're allowed to buy as many tickets for this movie as you want. They can't stop you.
I was going to say, don't just look out for it for our movies. Look out for it for our live shows, right? You can buy 2 tickets to your live shows, sit across them.
You thought Tip Creep was bad. Holy shit.
We actually got, in the previews, we got a movie from Angel Studios that looks, I think, Kendrick Brothers?
Yep.
Looks
Kendrick's
pretty
interesting.
interesting.
That's not the one that I
Oh, those were 2 different ones?
Yeah.
Okay. We got a Kendrick Brothers and an Angel Studios in the preview.
Yeah. All right. So, but that's the end of the movie. Unless you buy more tickets, I guess, in which case we could just start this episode again from the beginning. So in closing, I have to ask, what songs about Jesus's birth do you guys think they missed? What were you hoping for and didn't get?
Ooh, how about a song in Act 1 where Fig the donkey swears to never kill again?
Anything with more Fig the donkey.
Obviously,
Absolutely.
yes.
Fig
Just
the
a
donkey
whole
deserves
movie.
his own. Yes, exactly.
Give him a movie.
Of course.
Absolutely. Song-wise, I'm saying, I mean, they needed to fit like a virgin into that sex scene,
Oh,
right?
fuck yeah. Hell yeah. What a missed opportunity. All right, so now we've got plenty of good ideas for Journey to Bethlehem 2, The Revenge. So I guess that's going to do it for our review. But that's not going to do it for the episode just yet because we still need a 430 tuple down. So Eli, tell us, what's on deck?
Well, Noah, it's Thanksgiving, and those of us who love our families will be gone.
They're coming to me.
So you'll be getting some help from our friends across the pond checking whether or not superpowers are real. Spoiler alert. Yes, they are. You'll
they?
be watching the documentary Superhuman.
Oh, good. So with that to look forward to, we're going to bring episode 431 to a merciful close. Once again, a huge thanks to all the Patreon donors to help make the show go. If you'd like to count yourself among their ranks, you can make a per episode donation at patreon.com/godawful and thereby earn early access to an ad-free version of every episode. You can also help a ton by leaving a 5-star review and by sharing the show on all your various social media platforms. And if you enjoyed this show, be sure to check out our sibling shows, The Scathing Atheist, Citation Needed, D&D Minus, and The Skepticrat, available wherever podcasts live. If you have questions, comments, or cinematic suggestions, you can email GodAwfulMovies@gmail.com. Tim Robertson takes care of our social media. Our theme song was written and performed by Ryan Slotnick of Evil Giraffes on Mars. All the other music was written and performed by our audio engineer Morgan Clark and was used with permission. Thanks again for giving us a chunk of your life this week. For Heath Enright and Eli Bosnick, I'm No Illusions. Promise to work hard to earn another chunk next week. Until then, we'll leave you with a Breakfast Club close.
Joseph went on to invent nothing else.
Mary went on to teach nothing else.
Fig the Donkey went on to star in his own spin-off action martial arts movie.
Fuck yeah.
Really? What's it called?
Fig Trouble in Little China. Man, I wish switching. I fucking hate this joke so much. It's so stupid. Man, I wish switching seats at the Thanksgiving table were that easy.
I thought you wrote that joke, Eli. I thought that was...
I did. I wrote it. I wrote it, and I hate it, and I won't change it.
Eli won't take notes from himself.
You want to give this that one more time as not seething with rage?
If only switching seats at the Thanksgiving table were that easy.
So find your bright spot this season with...
Oh, you guys can't be in the same room, goddammit.
The self-loathing as he's saying it. I'm shitting while I say this just for spite. I don't care.
No, I did it. I did it.
Not do it.
Absolutely.
He totally did it. He did it.
Thank
He did
you.
it.
We're going with that take?
That's the take.
Morgan, keep all this.
Fuck it. We're doing it live.
Yeah. All right.
The preceding podcast was a production of Puzzle and a Thunderstorm, LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved.
Each day as the executive chef of Water Street Mission, I check what we have in the pantry, and we cook nearly 300 meals a day. By God's provision through people like you, we always have enough to go around. Please give meals today by visiting WSM.org.
My name is Carlos. I'm a robot operator. I started out in sanitation. What I would tell those that are interested in working for National Beef, sky's the limit here. People are friendly. If you're a go-getter, you're going to accomplish it. And this is the place to do it.
Looking for a job with an opportunity to grow? See Carlos' story and apply now at nationalbeef.com/careers or call us at 419-257-5535.